Before I start, quick public service announcement. I'm not a misogynist. I actually love women. Shocking, right? Okay. So, disposable. What is something disposable? Something that you use it once, you throw it away, and you get it again from somewhere else, or you replace it with the same exact thing, or even something better, right? Chances are you're not gonna go with something lower quality than the quality of the product you just used, unless you're short in money, unless you are not you don't have enough money to go for the same quality that you just used. See, when I use the word use, it triggers a lot of people. But you have to understand that every single relationship has this word in it. You're using your parents for something, and your parents are using you for something. What is it? You're using your parents to get their resources so you can grow up and get to a better life, and your parents are using you for the attention of a kid, to get an attention of a kid. You know, when you have kids, just the fact of your kids being happy will give you happiness. So they're actually getting their needs met as well, just as when they provide you with things that you need. Both parties are using each other. Same thing with the relationship. You as the man do certain things for her. She's using you for certain things. Money, dates, attention, security, whatever it is. And you're using her for sex mainly. And on top of that, if she's cooking for you, whatever, cleaning for you, whatever. It's an exchange that's being happening. And you can phrase it in whatever way you want. Using is another way of putting it. That's all. That is all. That does not mean that this is something demeaning. But you guys just can't seem to get that through your thick skull. Because as soon as somebody says the word, oh, he's using her, she's using him, oh my God, what? Like the whole world just crashes down on your head. When literally we're just saying the same exact thing, just with different words. That's it. Anyways. So, now think about in your life, fellas, in the past. And think about the very first girl you met, you lost your virginity to, or you dated. And then think about all the girls after that. Was any of these girls really special in your life? You maybe have thought that she was special in that given period of time when you were with her. But really, was anybody really special? The answer is no. If she was, because if she was, she would still be in your life. That's what special someone something means. And if it's not that, then it's disposable. Because we already know that there's billions of other women in this planet. So what makes her special? What makes her unique? Nothing. Now, I don't want to say every single woman is like this. Because there are some women out here in this world that will add a lot of value to your life. That are not just disposable. That you cannot just replace like that. Their quality is so high that it's at the top of the list. So it's going to be very hard for you to find another woman who is at the top of the list to replace her with. So yeah, I'm not talking about those women. Those 5% women or 10% women, whatever number you want to believe in. I'm talking about the rest of the vast majority of women. Guys, you already know what they do in their life. They're run. I've talked about this so many times in my videos about women's nature. They get ran through by dudes, herds of dudes. This started in high school, freshman, sophomore, junior in high school, and that riding the cock carousel for it doesn't stop till they're like in the late 30s, maybe 40s, and if they're married at that time. And even then, there's a very high tendency she can step out on her husband and cheat. But especially in her 20s, early 20s, oh my God, dude. When she's in college, it's game over. Like, she's a cum dumpster. That's all she is. She has so many hookups, so many one night stances that you can't even imagine. Like, did this girl really did that? What? And she seems like this innocent little, cute little girl, cute little thing, right? Cute little angels. No, fellas. They're literally two-faced. They say one thing and they do another thing. Why? Because they are their emotions slaves. They're slaves to their emotions. They will do certain things based on how they feel at that moment. They might have told you, "Oh, I love you. I can't wait to see you this weekend." But this weekend comes around, and they flake on you. Why? Because when the weekend came around, she didn't feel like that anymore. When she didn't feel like she loved you and she can't wait to see you anymore. But she did feel like that when she told you that. Their emotions fluctuate up and down and up and down, and you can't keep up with it. So don't even try. Just understand their nature, accept their nature, and do everything in your life to improve your life, to better your life. Do everything in your power to improve and better your life, to have fun with them. Because we still need women to meet our physical needs. And let's just admit it, that being around a woman, like hanging out with a woman, being in a woman's company, makes us feel good, doesn't it? But I'm not telling you to move in with her. I'm talking about every now and then, you know. You need there should be a balance in your life in everything. You shouldn't be working all the time. You shouldn't be lifting all the time. You shouldn't be eating clean all the time. You shouldn't be eating junk food all the time. You shouldn't be banging out chicks all the time. You know, you see where I'm going with this? There should always be balances in your life. And you need to find that balance for yourself. Whatever that balance is, that's up to you completely. So they get run through by guys like this. They have student loan debt because they go to colleges for this crappy, bullcrap degrees that have absolutely no value, maybe pay you 20, 30 grand a year after you get out. So obviously your student loan debt is going to be way higher than your income because you're stupid in college and picking the major you picked. Nursing is a very popular one, right? We all know this. Even nurses, how much do they get paid versus how much student loan that they have? Now, is it possible to pay off all that loan with a nursing degree within 5 years? Absolutely. But we already know how impulsive these women are. They cannot wait to get their hands on the next purse if they see one at the mall. They blow money on unnecessary things more than anything else. They don't have a vision. They can't think long term. Like, if I spend this much money today, it's gonna affect me 5 years down the road. I'm gonna be slowed down in paying off my debt. They can't delay the gratification. It's now, 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 now. I want it now. I need it now. I'm gonna do it now. That's how small our attention span has become, guys. Even guys do this too. You see guys wearing nice shoes and dropping all their paycheck on Jordans and Nikes and cars, rims. Like, why, dude? Save that money. Think about where you're gonna be 5 years from now. If you keep spending all this money now, living paycheck to paycheck to paycheck, just because you're buying unnecessary crap that you really don't need, you're gonna be doing the exact same things 5 years from now. Do you want to keep doing this job for 5 years, for the next 5 years? Or do you want to do something better with your life? Do you want to make more money? Do you want to get more rich? Wealth, rich, more money doesn't come without any sacrifice, guys. Nothing great comes without sacrifice, unless you're one of these trust fund babies. If you're trying to make it on your own, you're going to have to make some sacrifices. Women just don't understand this. And they don't understand because another thing is that they become very comfortable in living whatever situation they're in. You know, if they make 40, 30 grand a year, and some of it's going away to pay their student loan debt, but they still have enough left to live comfortably because they live in a crappy apartment or mediocre apartment and drive a Ford Fusion or, I don't know, Honda Civic, newer ones. Or what's the basic white chick car? Nissan Altima. If they drive any of those basic cars, those cars aren't that expensive. So she goes by with spending all her paycheck. And she still managed to somehow get it done. Sometimes she doesn't. Then she goes under more consumer debt. But she doesn't even have to. She can't even think that, man, what am I doing? I'm in tons of debt. I'm under tons of debt, and I'm buying new purses, buying new shoes. They don't understand money. Most people don't understand but money in general, but women are even worse at it. Then think about the attitude that they have, the delusional mindset, entitlement mindset, stuck upness. You go up to her, it's your job to break the whole conversation down. It's your job to turn all the right buttons on. All she's gonna do is sit there like a pretty princess and either accept your offers or decline. She's not gonna try or make any kind of effort to get to know you, to ask you questions, to make any kind of conversation. Nothing at all. You have to do all of it. Even if she's interested, somewhat interested in you, she still won't do that. I'm talking about average guys. If you're an above average guy, obviously you're gonna get most of the women, anyways. If you're in the top 20% of the men. So, and then you look at the strong and independent mindset. Like, dude, you're broke. You live paycheck to paycheck. I just talked about it. You're under tons of student loan debt and consumer debt. How are you strong and independent? You're depending on somebody to give you that paycheck. That's not independence. That's being a slave to the system. Then you look at their ability to cook, to be feminine, which is something they traded off long time ago to get the strong and independence lifestyle. Oh no, I can't be feminine. What do you mean? That's weak. I can't cook for him. He should be cooking for him. Why isn't he cooking for me? Why do I have to cook for him? That's how our modern women think, fellas. And the older she gets, the worse it gets from there. So when every single woman think like this, what makes each woman unique? Nothing. The packaging is different, sure. This woman is 5'4", next one might be 5'5". This woman has blonde hair, next one might have brunette hair. This one has blue eyes, next one might have green eyes. This woman's bra size is 32 double D's, next woman's bra size might be 33 C's. I don't know if that's a size, but you know what I mean. This woman have 32-inch butt, next one might have 34. The packaging is different. Sure, I'll give you that. The wrapping paper is different, but the gift inside of the box, is all the same. At the core, they're all the same, fellas. You know, you can say the same thing about men, but we men have a heart. We care about women. We don't try to marry up as much as they do. If we have a decent looking girl in our life, a 7 or an 8, who cooks, cleans for us, who's feminine to us, that's a very key characteristic you need to look out for in women. Feminine behavior. If she's feminine to us, she doesn't cheat on us, we're content with her. But women are not. They're always looking for the next best deal because they know they can get it with the help of social media and technology. That's why I always say this technological advancement is a curse and a blessing. Men aren't like this. So no, at the core we're not the same. Well, I guess you can kind of say, yeah, we are the same, but and for the good we are. We have a good heart. We care and love people for who they really are and not for what they can do for us. We're not materialistic like that. Our hypergamy is a lot different. If we are living with a girl who's 6 and look-wise and her attitude is really bad, then yeah, we might want to trade up to a 7 or 8 who's more feminine. But if we actually... And the expectations that men have for women are not even unrealistic. It's realistic expectations. All we want is a decent-looking girl who's feminine and doesn't cheat on us. That's it. So I guess you can kind of say, yeah, well, men are the same in the core, but they're not disposable. We're not disposable. Do you know why? Because when we become older and older and older, we have more and more and more and more money. Money takes time. So if we keep our head straight, which is what I try to preach to you guys, we make more and more money, we become more and more valuable. You cannot just dispose a guy who has so much value like that, like you can with a woman who has zero to no value. What value? Like, I don't understand. Like, am I missing something? Let me know in the comments below, okay? Am I missing something that women bring to the table that the next woman doesn't? If a guy makes $150,000 a year, the next guy is probably not going to make $150,000 a year. There aren't a whole lot of guys who make that much money. And if you look at the number ratio, even when we talk about the 80-20 rule, we're already saying that the 20% of guys get all the women, but then when we talk about 95 and 5%, we already say that 5% women are good. So 20% of guys are good according to women, and 5% of women are good according to men. So we're already seeing a number imbalance. We're already seeing that there's more men who are better than more women. That's why women are disposable. 95% is a big number. 80% is a big number too. Yeah, I get it. But there's more guys out here who are more successful, who are actually husband materials, than women who are wifey materials. So, fellas, and even if a guy is not making six-figure income, he has something to offer. He might most likely have a good heart. He most likely have some sort of knowledge in terms of running a family, in terms of making good financial decisions, in terms of learning a skill or knowing a skill that a woman might need in her life. That's like, he knows how to take care of him and people around him. But a woman doesn't know it, most of these things. She's too occupied being selfish and only taking what she wants from society and from men. She doesn't care about giving anything to anyone. This is why they're disposable. This is why they don't have any value. When you're selfish like this your whole life, you don't possess any kind of skill or any kind of knowledge or any kind of value to help others out. You are nobody. Fellas, if you get rejected by a woman, just remember these things. That she did you a favor. That you dodged a bullet. That you saved your wallet. These are no good women out here. But they think they're shit. They're the shit. Hope this video made sense. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video to your friends. Until next time, stay blessed, stay beautiful, and above all, stay classy.